quick sort out for everything that's going for immersion dipping tomorrow. So we've got the shell, and then some panels, 2 doors, tailgate, scuttle panel, bonnet and a wing. Managed to get a wing for 100 quid, a little bit of rust at the bottom. Should be able to plate that up. Definitely in better condition than the one I took off. Box of bits as well. And then I also managed to get a new wing, which is pretty mint as well, apart from a few dents here and there, but it's not the end of the world. And then got 2 headlight bowls as well, which are also pretty mint. Them ones that fucked, there's 4 there. So, beginning of February, got the Datsun strapped on the trailer. I'm on my way to Surface Processing Limited for dipping. Woo! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Pain hogging wanker!
A song chosen by me. I was meant to get in the platinum on Friday, but we're running out of time, so I'm definitely playing this. Loser, Radio X.
In the time of chimpanzees, I was a monkey. Thinning my veins in the mouth to keep the chunky with the plastic eyeballs. Spray paper vegetables, dog food stalls with the beefcake pantyhose. Kill the headlights and put it in neutral. Stock car flaming with the mover and the cruise control. Babies in Reno with the vitamin D. Got a couple of couches, sleep on the love seat. So I keep seeing all the scenes that complain about shotgun wedding and a stain on my shoe.
Sheep! So that's the Datsun dropped off. SPL. See you, hopefully, in 3 to 4 weeks. A lot of Porsches here. I'm on my way to SW Motorsport to pick up my Datsun. They've made the roll cage, 3D scanned it, got it all designed on a computer, looks really cool. I'll get some photos and what have you up of that. Looks like they've done a really cool job. Didn't get any footage of when I picked the car up from Surface Processing Limited in Dudley, and then I took it straight up to SW Motorsport all in one day. We're fucking about cancelling holidays because why not? So yeah, picked it up from there, took it straight to there. On the way back I picked up the prop shaft and Faro. That's all done, all modified. They've done a really good job with that as well. So yeah, pick this up, get it back mine. Got to wait a couple of weeks because I actually have a little operation on the back of my head. So I've got to let that heal before I can do anything because I've got any dirt in it. So yeah, just got to wait now. Quarter panels on it are pretty knackered. Not really repairable. I think it's just going to be easy to get 2 new quarter panels. Priced up, it's about £2 grand. Not really that happy, but it is what it is, I suppose. I've already, I think, about 10 grand into it at the minute. So what's a couple of more grand? It's just going to keep adding up, but you know, I want to do this one properly. So yeah, exciting times. Back at home, safe and sound. This is the first time I've actually had a proper look at it since it's been dipped. SWD Motorsport have done a really good job. The cage, it's bolting. How cool is that? This is like where they all scan it in and what have you. So pretty much everywhere where I was expecting it to be knackered and I can just patch up and have done is mint, and the bits I was hoping I could salvage, like the quarters, they're pretty fucked. It's a bit of a shame really. I've already bought new outer sills. The inners are really good. So the inner sills are good, floor pans are good. Got new outer sills. I'm going to buy some new quarters for it. I've got a new rear hatch panel. Spare wheel well, that's really good. These little trays down here, they're both really good. All the structural parts, it's like new. That's really, really, really good, to be fair, from what I was actually expecting. Here I can plate up, it's a bit like cheese. Here again I can just plate that up as well, cut all that out, make it nice and strong because I want to put some strengthening in it as well. It's really, really good. The battery tray is solid. I was iffing and ahhing a little bit when I first bought it because I thought it might be absolutely fucked, but to be fair, it's really not that bad. Shame about the roof, there's a little hole in the roof, but again, plate that, plate these. Can't wait to start it now, to be honest with you. So I've just picked up a rotisserie for the Datsun of a good friend of mine, Derby, and yeah, it needs a van. 106 for the win. This ended up being a bigger job than I thought. Made these brackets up for the rear, and then went to go put the bar on. And then realised the bar isn't fucking long enough. But luckily I already had a bit of this back section left over from another job, which is same thickness, same height and depth and all that palaver. Front's done. That was nice and easy, straightforward. Just got to try do a full 360 with it now. Well, see if I can get it right the way over, or at least halfway. I might have to adjust the front and the back a bit. So that's next on the agenda. So when I tried roll it on its side, this bar here, the long one I had to put in, was catching here, so I had to cut a bit off, and now it's nice and easy, 90 degrees straight on its side. I'm not going to bother do a full 360 with it because I don't want it to catch the roof, and if something goes wrong and it falls on the roof, I'll be a very, very sad boy. But floor pans on the other side, lovely. A little bit there, not too concerned about. Here, right underneath that rail, again, I'm not too concerned about. I can plate that up, pull that out. That was done by a forklift. Well, this is all caved in from a forklift, as was here. This has been knocked out by the roll cage guys. Yeah, bit of damage here on the tunnel from the prop shaft, because when they moved it, and the prop shaft was in. Well, the gearbox was off, but the prop shaft was still in. So obviously it's been smacking itself stupid. But like I say, floor pans are all good. Outer sills, not so good. But yeah, really pleased with it. All the back end is, again, quite new. We'll have to patch our in there a little bit. But the inner arches, like new. On both sides. Starting to get a bit of moisture in the atmosphere and starting to go a bit brown, so we need to crack on with it so I can get it back to recoating as soon as possible. But yeah, really, really happy with how structurally sound it is. Really won't think it's 1978. Even the legs are all good. Well, that side is. This side's got a little hole in that needs a bit of love. But again, it's really not the end of the world. Cool. I'm going to pause the video right now and basically say that because there's that much fabrication and welding on the shell, I'm going to split it over 2 episodes. This episode will basically be seam welding it up, doing a few patches here and there, And then on the next episode, will be outer sills, quarters, rear hatch, getting everything lined up the best it can, then sending it back off for e-coating. It's probably going to bore the absolute shit out of you if it is boring you already. If it's not, great. Thanks for watching. I'll be using 0.5mm welding wire on this because basically late 1970s Japanese steel isn't known for being the best, so I'm going to be nice and delicate with it. Normally I use 0.8, but I think that might be a little bit extreme for this. I'll do a couple of little practice runs just while I get my wire speed and my ampage just right. I'll do it underneath because it's not really seen. I haven't really welded anything this thin for a while. Then again, to be fair, it's actually not that thin. It's not as thin as I was expecting. There we go. I'll be doing this at 1-inch stitches. So this ruler I've got here is about 1 inch, 25mm. So this is what I'm going to use as my marker. So stitch 1 inch, miss 1 inch, stitch, miss, all the way down. Just marked everything up. I was going to do it by tacking it, but it was just making a fucking mess. So stitch 1 inch, miss 1 inch, stitch, miss, so forth and so on all the way down. As I said earlier, I'm going to be jumping between the front and the back, letting the opposite one cool down as I'm doing it. So I'll just spend the next 15-20 minutes just marking everything up. First couple of stitches laid down, and I can honestly say the 1400 quid I paid for having it dipped was well worth the money. I've never ever experienced clean welding on something this thin in all my life. Well chuffed about that. There's no contaminants, it's just nice, easy stitching, there's no fucking blowback or anything. Well happy about that. This is day 2 of welding up the Datsun shell. See him welding it all. Probably gone way overboard with it, but I might as well do it all now while it's in bare metal. So I've done the majority of it in 1-inch stitch intervals. What I'm going to do here is do a little captive knot there and there, so I can have like a little lower strut brace, and then reinforce up here as well with some CDS tubing I've got. Just basically make the shell as rigid as possible. I'll throw some more photos up once everything's kind of finished welding. There's no point stitching all this because, you know, it's only radiator, and the radiator surround, there's really no strength there. The strength is going to be in the subframe and then that lower bracer I'm going to make, and then I'm going to have a strut brace on the front. I was thinking about having a strut brace on the rear as well, but to be fair, it's got a big fucking roll cage in it. It doesn't really need one, does it? Just making more weight for myself. But I am going to reinforce these strut towers as well with some 5mm steel plate. I might put a little gusset in here as well, just make it look a bit prettier. So far, so good, really. These are the plates I was thinking of. So, just got a nut welded on the back, hole in the leg. That'll go over something like that. Give it a bit more strength as well, because it looks like it's had the shit knocked out of it on these legs there. Something like that. Here's a bit of a shame. So when it was being moved and the prop shaft was still spinning because there's no gearbox connected, it's basically not fucking all the tunnel. It's creased quite a bit of it. It's not to the point where it needs a new tunnel. I can basically knock the majority of it out, but I've got to make a plate now for the chassis mounted shifter, something like a Cooler Works. But I need that to be as flat as possible. What I've decided to do here, where the anti-roll bar bolts, decided to reinforce it a little bit with some 2mm steel plate just up to the legs, just give it a bit more, rigidity really. Plus there's a little bit of cancer there, so I'll plate that up, just make it nice and stiff. Once again, thank you so much for watching this episode. Like I said in the beginning, I'm splitting the fabrication and the welding over 2 episodes because, let's be honest, there's a fair bit to go at. So the next episode is going to be a continuation of this. some more of this. Now, as cringy as this is for me to say, if you're enjoying these episodes, please like and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything, and in the long run it could go a long way for me. So yeah, until next time, thanks for watching.